Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. Victoria here at Radiant Moon Tarot. We are having a look at your 2024 energies. We're going to forecast and see what is playing out for you, what messages are coming in for you. We're going to pull some oracle cards, some archangel messages. We're going to see what spirit activations are coming in here for you. And we're going to, of course, pull some tarot and highlight some energies for each and every month. So this particular reading is for all Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. And we're going to get right into it now. Make sure that you do, by the way, watch your Sun, Moon, and Rising sign readings for the entire outlook for your entire year. Different things are going to be highlighted for you. In our first message out, we have hands. Now, this is your psychic gifts activating or being enhanced in the year ahead. So when we get the hands card, this is, of course, for one, about working with your hands in some way. Some of you are gifted healers. And some of your spirit activations, it's awakening for you right now. Perhaps you have the gift of being able to heal people physically. Things like hobbies, professions, such as Reiki healer, right? Use your hands for that. And physical healer, right? A kinesiologist, a physiotherapist, a massage therapist, right? So your hands can play a key role in helping to heal other people. Now, this can also represent that some of your talents are really going to come to light and really step forward for you in the year ahead. Are you a creative person? Do you like to do things on your own? Do you like to build things? Do you like to, do painting or drawing or woodworking? Maybe you want to take up a mechanics course and learn how to fix things yourself, right? Rather than relying on other people and paying for services. Whatever it is, you're being very encouraged to work with your hands and to use your hands in the year ahead. Now, hands can also represent your spiritual self in a way. There's some of you might be very inclined and very drawn towards having a palm reading done. And I've studied palm reading myself. And I've never actually had one done myself, actually. I just do it on me. But it can be very interesting if you do get your palms read. It can be very, very cool. And yes, it is an ancient art of divination. So maybe some of you want to learn that, how to do some palm reading. There's some great resources out there for that. Or you might be inclined again to have a palm reading done for you. It can be really, really cool. So you could be doing that. So the hands energy can also be to pay attention to the energy that is flowing through your hands. Sometimes you might have an itch or a tingling, and quite often that can be a sign that there's something energetically going on. And my grandmother used to say, the old wives' tale, the itchy left palm is money coming in, itchy right palm is money going out, right? And that actually does make sense, because your non-dominant hand, which for me, I'm a right-handed person, my non-dominant hand is my left hand, right? That's the energy that's flowing in. That's my receiving hand. My dominant hand, my right hand here, is where the energy goes out, right? That's the power hand. So you may be getting some sort of messages coming in at some point through your year, through your hands and through those tinglings or those sensations or those itches that you might be getting. So hands are very interesting. We also have Sandalphon coming in here with love. Now, Archangel Sandalphon can be really helpful for you. Number one, for love is the highest vibration of all. So we need to remember to love ourselves, to love what we do, right? Maybe you have a career change coming in the year ahead, right? You might not like what you do now, or maybe you've just fallen out of love what you do right now. And so you could have a career change coming in. A creative hobby may turn into a profession for you. And this can be that love of what you do and give you fulfillment and happiness and a little bit joy and satisfaction as you make money, as you make a living. But love is a reminder here from Archangel Sandalphon to love yourself and to embody the love that you want to see in the world, right? And the world, mainstream media would have us think that everyone is evil and that there's so much bad out there in the world. No, it's what you focus on. The majority of people as you walk down the street are good people. So embody the love that you want to see in the world. Live your life from your inside and project that outside. What do you want to be? What do you want the world to be? Because if enough of us project that love and that light out into the universe, right, then we can collectively raise the vibration. So when we have Archangel Sandalphon coming in for you, you are part of the chosen crew. You are part of the chosen ones that can collectively raise that element, raise that vibration, and really bring more love into the world. Now, some of you also are focusing on the year ahead on your relationships. And this can be your family relationships, your friendships. Some of you might be making new friends. Maybe you have some friendships that are evolving or perhaps drifting away. That happens as we evolve energetically, right? We sometimes don't feel connected with people that we previously felt connected with. There's nothing wrong with them. There's nothing wrong with the connection. We're just not digging the vibe anymore because we tend to attract and connect with people as well as situations that match our energy. So you could have some relationships that are evolving in the next year. For some of you, you've got new romantic love coming in. Some of you are having a romantic relationship that is either rekindling the spark or is evolving into a higher level of commitment and a deepening of a bond. So work with Archangel Sandalphon to bring you love and to help you to trust yourself to open up with love as well. All right, to open, to be a little bit more receptive, to be a little bit more trusting, right? Sometimes a little bit difficult, and to maybe be a little bit forgiving. Sometimes we have relationships that go in their ups and downs, and not everything is perfect as much as we want it to be. And so sometimes we do need to open up and we do need to find that forgiveness in our heart, right? The embodiment of love. We have a tidy house coming in here, clarity and organization. We've got the galactic mushroom. I love the galactic mushroom, bringing in the divine matrix. And we have the spirit of the river moving towards adventure. So this is some interesting and some great energy coming in here for you. First off, declutter. The world is busy. We've got a lot going on. And sometimes we just feel as though, if we're surrounded by clutter and stuff, sometimes we feel a little bit closed in. And then when we declutter our environment and we simplify our environment, we feel a little bit freer. We feel a little bit lighter. And we can still have a beautiful home, a beautiful living environment, a beautiful workspace, right? But we can actually find stuff, right? And we just feel a little bit better. So for some of you here in the year ahead, you are going to start off your new year. This is card number 1, kicking it off with a bang. And you're going to be doing some rearranging, redecorating, and maybe decluttering your space in some way. Now, the tidy house energy can also have to do with the clutter in your mind. You might be trying to make some important decisions in your life. You might be trying to figure out what is working for me, what is not working for me. You might have some changes that you want to make through the year, or maybe some changes that you need to make through the year. So when we get this tidy house energy, this is all about clarity, right? And sometimes we think too much, we overthink, we overanalyze, and this kind of keeps us going swirly twirly around in circles, no good. Right, so this is about finding clarity. So some of you are going to have an epiphany moment. Some of you, in order to get some clarity that you do need to organize or tidy up your thoughts a little bit, or maybe get out of your head, and with Sandalphon here, get into your heart. And, we do tend to overthink and overanalyze things. And what happens is, we can get analysis paralysis. And part of the way around that, or to release creative blocks, right, is to quiet our conscious mind, connect with our energy, allow energy to flow, right? Our conscious mind wants to control everything. It's used to doing a million things a minute. And we need to kind of squash that. We need to quiet that down a little bit. And then that's quite often when we do, because we're changing our vibration. And this is quite often where we do get, boom, that aha moment. And it may come in those moments of meditation or quiet contemplation, or just where we're going outside, connecting with nature, getting grounded and clearing our head. And this is where we get some clarity there. But clarity, organization, and simplification, order of the day for you. But we do have the galactic mushroom coming in with the divine matrix. Now, this is a wonderful energy. Why? Mushrooms seemingly pop out of nowhere. And sometimes, they can come up in the spring, but a lot of times they come up in autumn, in fall. And why? Because, we've got a little change of weather. Things get a little bit damp, right? We get some extra rain and that kind of thing. And if you've ever been walking down your street or you go into your backyard or something one day and all of a sudden you've got all these mushrooms there, you're like, where the hell did they come from? They weren't there yesterday. The galactic mushroom reminds us of the divine matrix and the interconnectivity of everything. Everything is connected energetically. We can't see it. It's what's hidden. It's what we can't see that is important. So that interconnected web that we weave, what we do or what we think or what our energy is, goes out into the universe and affects other things. So again, when we're talking about, raising vibration and being the love or being the energy and projecting the energy that you want to see in your world or in the world around you, right? This is that reminder your energy means something. It has a ripple effect across the universe. So remember that, right? Everything has a vibration. This is also reminding you and showing you and highlighting you that there's some great things happening behind the scenes. Mushrooms themselves can represent prosperity and some magic coming in here for you. And so the wheels that you have set in motion, right, or the initiation, the action, the decisions that you make, these energetically are all started and all get into motion. And there's some things that are going to be blossoming for you in the year ahead. You can't necessarily see what is happening behind the scenes, but you will recognize it when it pops right out of the soil, it pops right out of the grass, right? And so this is showing you there's prosperity, there's magic, there's new beginnings, there's things coming to fruition for you in the next year. So remember, especially in those times when you start to get down or you start to get stuck, or you start to go down that negative rabbit hole of lack mentality, right, and negative thinking, remember there is a lot of things going on behind the scenes. You're not always meant to see things as they are evolving, but you will get clarity and you will recognize them when they come to the surface. So we do have some great things going on for you. Great time to set intentions, great time to figure out what is important to you, what it is you want, and set those intentions, put it out there in the universe and manifest away. All right. We've got your Spirit of the River here as well, movement towards adventure. So this is card 50. And of course, that breaks down into a 5. 5s can represent obstacles and challenges in our world, okay? But it also exciting opportunity for change. So I feel like here in this energy that number one, you're having some awakening, batten down the hatches and enjoy the ride, because a spiritual awakening is quite the adventure. You never know what you're going to discover. You never know what you're going to find. You never know what you're going to really tap into. And when we're in the flow, just like we're in that Spirit of the River, we're in the flow, we are going with it. We're just open, we're receptive, we're not resisting anything. And this is where we're really embracing all of the mystery, the magic, and the wonder that is going on around us. Some of you in the month ahead, you're being encouraged and invited to change your life in some way so that you can have a little bit more fun, adventure, and excitement. We have real world issues. We've got real world problems, right? We have bills to pay. We have a job to do. We have mouths to feed, right? We've got all of this going on. But remember that in order to keep your vibe high and in order to really stay positive, sometimes we need to make the effort to find space and time to have some fun, to have some adventure, to try something that you've never done before. Maybe try something that scares you. Because when we're having fun and we're facing our fears or we're doing something new and exciting, man, oh man, does this ever give us an energy boost. And of course, we want all those great positive vibes, right? We want all the fun and excitement. And it doesn't have to be massive things and it doesn't have to cost a pile of money, right? All we need to do, simple enough, right, is to find that little bit of time and be open to a sense of adventure, because there's movement in your future, there's excitement in your future, and yeah, maybe some great positive changes or some new things. We've got some messages from your guides. We've got take responsibility for your actions, get started or make a decision, or, simplify your life, or try and get out of a rut or make some change, right? Remember that you have the opportunity to take the positive steps forward that you want to take. Your spirit guides here are saying, own it. Own your world, own your life, own your decisions. And sometimes here, what we do is we're reactive. And when we're reactive to things, right, it's very easy to blame other people or circumstances. Well, I had no choice because this happened. And so Spirit is saying to you here, own your actions, own your decisions, own your opportunity to change, right? Own your movement, right? Because when we take ownership of things, we're empowered. And whether it's good or whether it's bad, or whether it's just owning some things that maybe we're not proud of, or owning the things we're really proud of and we should be proud of, right? Whatever it is, take responsibility and own it, right? And remember, in life, it's easy to fall into the trap where we get into the energy or the way of thinking that we think life is always happening to me. No, it's not. Life is happening for me. And when we change that mindset, when we change that outlook and perspective on our life, right, it makes things a little bit different in how we perceive them and in how we proceed and in how we deal with things. And it's kind of a little bit like the power of positive thinking. The power of positive thinking doesn't always mean everything goes your way, but it's a change in attitude in how we deal with the matters at hand. Because we're looking for a solution, we're looking forward, we're looking for the best outcome possible, and we're not falling into that trap where we have no choice, or where everything's happening to me and I don't have no power, right? We're not giving our power away. So we're embracing our personal power. Death is an illusion. Okay, now for some of you, you have lost somebody in the last little while, maybe in the last year, maybe a little longer than that, or perhaps there might be some losses in the year ahead. And so your spirit guides want to remind you that death is an illusion. In death, we find life. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. We've signed up to come into the 3D realm for a reason, for a purpose. We've signed a contract. For some, it's just to enjoy life and to be happy. For others, it's to really clear out some karmic cycles, whatever it is, right? When we pass over, when we pass on, whether it seems timely or not, remember, it is an illusion. Yes, we have a death in our physical body, but our spirit lives on. And if you've ever had the opportunity to connect with your angels, your guides, your past loved ones, your ancestors, you know this to be true. If you've ever had the opportunity to go to a talented medium, you may have gotten some messages there, and you might be a little bit skeptical, because people quite often are, because it's the unknown, and we're like, how did you do that, right? But the thing is that your ancestors, your past loved ones, they're always there, they're always watching, they're always guiding you, they're always available to come in, but they're always by your side. They're walking the path with you. So if you have lost somebody recently, long ago, or whether you do have some tough times in the year ahead, remember, it is a change of state of being. And I lost my mother this year. I lost my mother about 6 months ago, and I didn't have the best relationship with her always, especially in my younger years. Oil and water, right? Just completely. But in my adult years, it was just an energy of acceptance, right? It's like, I don't really understand you, but I accept you, right? And she never understood me either. So, but it was just that acceptance thing, right? And maybe there's things that, if you've lost somebody, that you wish you would have said, or some error that you would have cleared, right? But the thing is that in spirit, I know that I can connect with my mother if I want to, and there's signs around there. I know she's always there protecting my dad. And he gets interesting orbs and things like that when he takes pictures and videos and things. So, interesting things going on in the house. So they're always there. They're always by your side. So just remember that death is an illusion. Okay. It is just that change in state of being. And does it make grief any less challenging to deal with? No, but maybe yes at the same time. Right? Their spirit always lives on. Their energy always lives on. The mark that they've left on the world always lives on. And if you have been in a situation, or if you are in a situation where maybe someone has passed on and you have some regrets that there was some things that you didn't say, or maybe some forgiveness that you weren't able to give, right? You can still do that in spirit, and you can still do that in their energy. Now, death also does have to do with endings of all kinds. Endings are merely transformations. They're an evolution of life. And when one thing ends, it opens the door for new beginnings. So we're always shifting, we're always changing, and sometimes things do have to come to an end. It's an exit point in our lives. But it opens that door, opens that pathway for something a little different. And more often than not, something a little better. But yes, sometimes we do need to deal with and process the challenging energies, feelings, emotions that come with those endings. But we have express your feelings here as well. And, so your spirit guides are really empowering you here right now, that it's okay if things come to an end. It's okay that if things are challenging in your life, it's okay if you've made some missteps or you've done some things that maybe you regret. Express your feelings, connect with your feelings, process your emotions, work through those things, and then release. Right? We're all here for an experience. We're all here for a reason. And, for some of us, our path is to make mistakes, right? We're human. We are bound to make mistakes, or we're bound to, have some reaction to things that maybe we're not always proud of, or I wish I didn't react that way. Whatever your situation is, Spirit is encouraging you here to open your heart and to express your feelings and to talk about things, to get things out in the open. And for some of you, we're going right back to love. We're going to your friendships, your family relationships, your romantic relationships here. And if we keep all of our feelings bottled up, whether they're challenging feelings or whether they're beautiful, wonderful, loving feelings, right? When we keep them bottled up, we create resistance, we create blocks, and then we create frustration as well. So whatever your situation is, any feeling that you have, the emotions you are experiencing, they are real and they are valid and they are yours. So own them. And we do quite sometimes get in situations, especially relationships with people, where they're like, oh, you're overreacting or you're just overly emotional. No, you aren't. Those are your feelings. And when someone tells us that, what happens? Blah, right? It usually is a trigger point for us, right? And it's like, no, I'm not overreacting. This is what I'm feeling right now, and it's valid, right? So if you're in situations where maybe someone is doing that to you, right, then maybe it's time to reassess that situation. But I do feel some of you do here in the year ahead have a big opening of your heart, a big clearing of blockages. And I think there's some magical things that are happening for you in your year ahead. And perhaps you've had a really challenging 2023. And 2024 is where you're going to find peace and love and abundance and magic. So So let's pull some tarot. We're going to pull one card for each month of the year, starting with January, and we're just going to see the highlighted energy. And remember, energy does flow month over month over month. It can speed up, slow down, depends on your circumstances. But let's get started. We've got the Knight of Swords coming out there in January, so you might be making some decisions, making some bold moves. You could even have some news and conversations coming in, possibly about your money, your goals, your dreams. We have the Knight of Coins coming in there as well. We've got the Five of Swords, the Death card there, interesting. That's in April, and I'll say in April, I think it's April, we have eclipse season coming up there, so there could be some major transformations happening for you. We've got the Queen of Swords, and we've got the King of Wands. So as we head into July, we've got the Seven of Coins in reverse, Hierophant, Three of Cups. We like the Three of Cups. The Devil in reverse. That's a great thing. We've got the Tower. Okay, so some big shifting energy there. Interesting, because that's also eclipse season. And we've got the Nine of Wands. We'll pull out another card with that. We've got the Empress in reverse. We have the Ace of Wands and the Star. All right. So the bottom of your deck here, the underlying energy throughout the year is the Four of Coins. So the Four of Coins can bring us some stability and security, but it can also bring us a little bit of conservative energy, recognizing the differences between wants and needs, recognizing the need to save for the future, and find a healthy balance between saving for the future, putting some money aside for a rainy day, but also opening up your purse strings a little bit and doing some good things or nice things for yourself, right? So the Four of Coins can be a wonderful positive energy of being true to your traditions, your values, to having a little bit more stability, security in your world, especially in your career, or especially in your money. But it's also walking that fine line between being conservative and being open, right? So sometimes we do need to find a healthy balance, a healthy equilibrium through those things. The Four of Coins can be sometimes known as a miserly energy or holding on to something too tight. So again, in your year ahead, we've got this opening up. Right. So being more open or being more in the flow and, really embodying, embracing some changes. So we do have the beginning of your year. We do have the first couple of months, January, February. We've got some movement coming in here. The Knights are always on a quest. So some of you might be making some moves in regards to your money, your career path. This can be you setting a goal and then taking the steps that you need to take to get to where you want to go. The Knight of Swords and the Knight of Coins, they're two very different energies. The Knight of Swords is very fast, very freeing, very action-oriented, very quick, right? Quick and sudden energy, messages, communication, all of these things are highlighted for you in a positive way, but sometimes we can be a little bit compulsive or impulsive, I should say. But then we've got the Knight of Coins that is very calm, very down to earth, taking things one day at a time, paying very close attention to detail, and really keeping a focus on the goal, but also learning things along the way and being very committed to the journey. Knights in the upright do get their man, do get to their goal, they do achieve something, they're always on a quest, right? So they're always moving forward. So this can be where you are getting this clarity, right, that we talked about with that tidy house and home. And so this can be where you're making some very bold decisions about what you want to do in your future, about what you want to change, or about what goals that you've got coming in, or setting yourself for those intentions through the year. Some of you might have some really good news about your money or your career path. Sometimes the Knight of Coins can bring in those offers, those opportunities, investments, commitment in relationships, right? That kind of thing. So it might come with a little bit of frustration though, because we do have the Five of Swords. So when we get this energy, this can bring in some conflict. This can bring in some miscommunication. So just be aware of that. This is coming in around March, April. We've got some things that are shifting in here for you. or maybe you're recognizing what is no longer working, okay, and this is bringing in an evolution of sorts for you, so some changes there for you. Scorpio energy with that death card, so this can be very transformative for you. We might be putting something to an end, or things can be just very much evolving in an incredibly positive way, right? Remember that death is an illusion. The things that end, right, are really really opening up doors of opportunity for something new or something better for us, right? You might have a big spiritual awakening around this time. This death card does bring in that evolution of your spirit, right? But it can bring in some peace as well. We do have some lilies on there, and lilies can represent death, but they can represent peace and forgiveness, and is where some healing energy can come in. So righting some wrongs or getting some communication back on track. All right. Because that Five of Swords, it's always a little bit of a tricky energy. Technically, the Five of Swords can be a winner, winner, chicken dinner energy, but with a caveat, with a double-edged sword. It's like I won, or I got what I wanted, but at what cost? And when we really do look at the Five of Swords card, right, we've got this guy, he's like, woohoo, right, I'm good, I won, I'm great. But then we've got people hurt, people walking away. So this can be a heads up for you that there may be something going on, because especially when we're right beside the Knight of Coins, there may be something going on in your world where somebody may come out on top, whether it's getting the last word in an argument. Be very aware of that, because the last word is quite often what you wish you could take back. So whether someone is, really focused on getting that last word, this can be in your career path, right? There could be multiple people vying for a promotion in your workplace, and this can be where only one person can come out on top. But this is showing that whether it's you that comes out on top or someone else, just be aware of someone else's feelings in that, right? Because, someone can have their heart set on something just as much as you, or you might have your heart set on something just as much as someone else. And there's nothing worse than, okay, I've lost this promotion, or, maybe someone else has, and now we've got someone that's boasting about it, right? So it's just a little bit of awareness there about communication, and it's the fact that words can hurt. But I do feel here that there may be something evolving here as in regards to an important conversation or some communication style. Some of you might be resolving something here, getting things out in the open, right? You might have to, sometimes in order to clear the air, in our relationships, right, whatever they happen to be, business, personal, whatever, sometimes in order to clear the air, we sometimes have to kind of like shout it out a little bit, right? And sometimes we really do need to kind of get down and dirty and have those important conversations. So it's not always pretty, right? I mean, let's face it, in our human experience, right? When we clear the air, it's sometimes like a big massive tornado that comes in. So just be aware though of the words can hurt, and people will forget what you said, like the exact words, but they don't forget how you made them feel. So whether that's a message for you or maybe someone else, right, then that's something to really keep in mind. But we do have the death card there. So endings, they do transform, right? We do need to let things go in order to bring in the new order, in order to elevate ourselves or our situation. We've got the Queen of Swords right beside this. So this can actually be getting clarity on something here. This can be getting clarity on your work, on your money, on you. This can be where you're really heightening your intuition, because the Queen of Swords can be fairly spiritual, very connected with the higher chakras, right, with crown chakra there, but is also very wise. Now, the Queen of Swords can also be incredibly decisive, right? Very good at putting up boundaries, very good at articulating wants, needs, desires, or what we're willing to put up with. But in ultimate energy, the Queen of Swords brings wisdom, honesty, truth, and clarity. But it's also being open to conversation, or open to change, or open to people but with boundaries. So this might be where you are shifting your style, or you're making some very important decisions about what your boundaries are, what you're willing to put up with, what you're willing to let go of, or what you're willing to accept. And then there's that hard line in the sand. And if there's anyone, any energy in the deck that is really, really good at voicing boundaries, articulating wants, needs, desires, and really getting the point across with ultimate clarity, this would be the Queen of Swords. Okay, wouldn't want to mess with the Queen of Swords in the reverse. So this can be where you do have some clarity about the future. This can just be you upping your game and your spiritual self. This can be where you're really dealing with a situation here, right? These three cards right there together can really represent that there's some big energies going on. Tempers may flare a little bit. You might really need to focus on communication, but you're clearing the air. So with that Queen of Swords, you could possibly be parting ways with a person or a situation, but you could also be cementing a relationship there and getting things back on track, right? Clear the air, and this brings about positive change. There could be a very important person with the Queen of Swords that you connect with, or that you're talking to, and maybe they just give you some advice or impart some wisdom. This can be someone new in your life, someone you already know, but it can be a very transformative conversation that you may have with this person, or some very wise words of wisdom that can really change your outlook and bring you a little bit of clarity. But we've got the King of Wands here as well, and so this can show that there's a very important conversation perhaps with someone in your life who you find very exciting, or who may motivate you in some way, who you're going to partner up with, who you're already partnered up with, and this can bring about some adventure. This can be with the Queen of Swords right here and the King of Wands. This can be you making some plans to go on an adventure with somebody, maybe with your best friend, or maybe with a romantic interest here. You can go out and have some fun, because the King of Wands is an energy that is very successful, a little bit very mature, but with an underlying energy of, I still like to go out and have fun. I still like to try new things, right? So this can just be you making some brave decisions here to try something new, but this can also represent a person in your life that you are going to connect with or do something interesting with, right? You might partner up in business. You might just go out, skydiving or something like that. If there was anyone that's probably going to try skydiving, well, it might be the Knight of Wands, but the King of Wands may actually do that too, because you can probably afford it. So this can be something really positive. I feel here with that connection. I feel whatever it is that's going on, it's a really positive vibe that's coming in there. So, but this can be you deciding what really is your passion, what floats your boat, what you really want to do. And there's an element of success here. So we've got, goals and trajectories. We've got a bump in the road or a fork in the road, possibly for some of you, something that's evolving, and then we're getting things on track here. But we do have the Seven of Coins coming in here for you, and the Seven of Coins in reverse, and this is landing in your 7th month. So this is, sorry, I had a kitten escape. Anyway, your 7 of Coins in the reverse is in your 7th month. So there could be something going on here where you're really releasing, you're letting go, or something's not working out the way that you want it to. You may have like an expenditure of some money. You may really be flipping things around here. How do I make more money? Where do I put my money that it's a little bit safer? What do I do that is really going to benefit me? So there could be something going on there in about July, and this can be, it may actually be something that is a significant turning point for you, something that you may need to deal with, and something that can be really quite interesting, but it may require, oh crap. Hopefully I have them sequestered. That was Lily. She is 9 weeks old, and my kittens are just learning how to climb things and jump over things. So anyways, like herding cats, literally. So anyways, your 7 of Coins, I do apologize for that, by the way, so unprofessional. Anyway, so your 7 of Coins here, you may need to really get some clarity. You might need to make some important decision or do some research around that. All right. But we do have the Hierophant coming in for you as well, following that, and followed by the Three of Cups. So whatever you've got going on here, we've got a little bit of a bump in the road or perhaps a complete change in direction here. The Hierophant can represent a lesson that you've learned, it can represent higher level learning, but can also be commitment to something, right? You may even find the resources that you need. So with the Seven of Coins here, you may find that you're looking for something, that you need something and you can't find it, or you do need to completely abandon your current course of action and find something new. But the Hierophant is Taurus energy, Taurus ruled by Venus, and this can be where you find some resources that you do need, or perhaps a very helpful person. Now, with the Hierophant, it is also, of course, known as the marriage card, and we've got the Three of Cups here following it as well. So for some of you here, you could really be forking out some cash, especially if you are planning like a wedding or an anniversary, whether it's yours or maybe someone you know, right? Maybe you've got one of your children getting married. This can be where you are, putting out some money, but for a really good purpose, a really good cause. This is also where you do maybe commit to another person, renew some wedding vows. Maybe you've got some really good news about a relationship. And this could even be a business partnership of some kind that gets back on track. Now, we do have perhaps a shift in maybe a compromise may be necessary. The Hierophant can really speak to your values, your belief systems. And there could be something going on here where you do need to find a compromise and you do need to kind of shake something up a little bit. Maybe blending the old with the new, or instead of feeling like you have to follow a certain order and structure, this may be where you're expanding your mind and expanding your train of thought a little bit. You're kind of looking at things a little bit differently. You're learning new things, and you are really kind of ascending to new heights in this energy, whether it's your education, your knowledge, your research, or maybe, just again, figuring out what's important to you. This is quite often where we do look at our traditions and what we've grown up with. And if you're partnered up with another person, they might have their own set of traditions and values that they bring to the table. So this might be where you really do need to work and put in some effort to blend things together. But we do have this Three of Cups here that's bringing you in some celebration and joy, and perhaps even a life lesson that has been learned and put into play, because we do have the Devil card right beside that in the reverse. Now, the Devil card is not always a card that we really want to see. But in the reverse, this can show a complete turnaround of something that has been lingering for a long time, something that has been an underlying issue for a long time. And when we've got this Devil card in reverse, this can be where we really do shut something down. So where we really do make some better choices, better decisions. We can release old patterns, habits, behaviors, and we're getting ready to usher in and welcome in some new information or a new way of living. And so anything that has you really has a hold on you, right? This is where we're letting it go. We're releasing, we're finding a little bit of freedom because it's not working, whatever that is. And with the Three of Cups right beside that, that can possibly be something in your social circle. It can be some friends. This can be you. If you would normally, with the Devil card, sometimes we do get things in excess, right? So overindulging, over drinking, right? That kind of thing. And with the Three of Cups there with that Devil in reverse, this can be where, maybe you have kind of learned some life lessons, or you're trying to make better choices. And this is where, instead of normally overindulging when you go out in social events and celebrations, because the Three of Cups can really bring in some good news, you're restraining. and you're holding yourself back a little bit. Maybe you've even got some boundaries that you've put up with yourself, right? You go to happy hour, Three of Cups, quite often a happy hour card, right? And you go out with happy hour, and maybe you have 3 drinks where normally you would have had like 6, right? And so this can really be where you're showing a little bit of restraint, and you're maybe even practicing what you preach in this energy. But I do feel like there is a celebration. There's a big turning point. There's some big changes that are coming in here with this particular energy. But you do have the Tower card, and again, this is around eclipse season. So there could be something incredibly significant shifting for you in your world right around this time. This can be something within your family. This can be something that you really do let go of in a big, big, big way. There might be some sort of revelation that comes in. You might get an epiphany. But when we get the Tower card, this does represent sudden, unexpected change. And right beside the Devil card in reverse, this can be a really good thing. It's like something may have had a hold over you, or someone may have had a hold over you for quite some time. And this is a huge release, releasing obsessions and the need for control or controlling people, letting go of the old ways and making room, making space for a better way of living, a better way of doing things, better decisions. This is getting rid of toxic people out of your life and being open to meeting new people. And so sometimes we do have like our social group, our social circle here, and because we're evolving and changing, we no longer fit. We no longer feel connected. And it happens, right? It's, always a little bit challenging when we come to that realization that, you know what, I just don't feel aligned with this group anymore. I don't feel aligned with these people anymore. So this can be a really big change for you here. And it's not like there's necessarily anything wrong with these people. It's just, you don't click. So it can be a really hard pill to swallow sometimes. And it can be one where you're kind of, a little bit melancholy. But there's also some exciting things that may come in for the future for you here as well. But the Tower, expect the unexpected. And whether it's you coming to a realization or something maybe even coming to fruition, we're getting prepared. We're wiping the slate clean. Anything that no longer fits, goodbye. All right. And we're left with a foundation. We're left with the good stuff. And now we can build upon that again. Some of you may be rebuilding something, right? Not going to lie, because we do have the seven of coins, right? The Devil in reverse. So we do have this big release of energy, this big energy of letting go, but it feels like it is a positive thing, especially with the Hierophant and the Three of Cups in here. So expect the latter half of 2024 to have some big changes, but with this underlying energy of excitement. But the Tower gets you out of your comfort zone, right? So you might be just finding that you are ready to try something new. You're ready to face some fears, right? And, and you're ready for the change. Because with the Nine of Wands here, it does show a sense of completion, completing a journey, completing a cycle, getting things done, right? But it's also a tired and kind of weary energy. It's also one where we do tend to have our guard up a little bit, or a little bit skeptical of things, right? So you could have some challenges that you have been working through, and here you are, you're completing things, and, but now is a time for healing, right? With the Nine of Wands, to heal our wounds, to take some time off, to have a rest, maybe even to find a vacation somewhere. We do have the Empress card in reverse. So, with this energy here, this can be where you're maybe feeling like you don't have the energy for anything new. This can be where you're feeling a little bit lost or out of place with this. The Empress card is usually a really great card, right? In the reverse, we can, be a little bit reluctant to welcome in new beginnings, or we just don't know where we want to go or what we want to do, right? So this can be where there is some little bit of again, skepticism, but also like a little bit of world weary kind of energy coming in here, right? But there is some positive things. There is some positive vibes in here. You may say no to certain things in your world right then, because it's like, you know what, I just need a break. I'm not ready for something new. I don't know what I want, and I just need a moment, right? I just need to breathe. But we do have the Ace of Wands here as well. So this can be where there's maybe something coming in for you, or something that's really exciting for you. The aces are quite often things we've manifested, right? And, so that's exciting. It's, interesting. You might be getting inspired. So like maybe you feel a little bit uninspired, and then something happens where all of a sudden you feel that energy boost, or you feel that inspiration. So it's like a recovery period, but also a turning point there as well. But the aces are always really good energy. So this can be where you are a little bit lackluster, but then you turn things right around. But we do have the star bringing in blessings and miracles and wonderful things. This is where the star brings about a serendipity, peace, harmony, hope for the future. And it's a beautiful, beautiful energy. Whenever we do get the star card, this Aquarian energy, where you're willing to try something new. So, you're willing to think outside the box a little bit. You're looking to your future, and the future is bright when we get the star, but you need to be a little bit maybe flexible and be willing to get out of that comfort zone. That's where that Tower card comes in there for you, right? But this brings miracles and blessings. Success, abundance are yours, balance and harmony. And this is maybe even where you do feel a little bit more hopeful about your world, about life in general, right? And it is a recovery period sometimes when we do get that star energy. So this can be where you maybe are just going to go on a vacation and go out into the sun and have some fun and go out on an adventure and just recharge your energy, because it does feel like there's a little bit of an energy drain coming in here, right? There's big things going on internally, externally. And then it's like, this is where we need the peace out, right? We need that peace. We need that calm. And we need the time out. But the star does bring about your connection with the universe and your ability to manifest abundance of all kinds into your life. All right. So trust and believe, okay, when we get that. Let's get a few cards out here for love, okay, because we do have some of this maybe coming in for you. So let's get some cards just for love. We're going to get someone for love. We're going to also pull some more cards to see what your magic is in the year ahead. Oh, thank you. And then we're going to pull some angel messages out here for you as well. Thank you very much. And we have free yourself. There's your devil card in reverse. It's time to take back control of your life. So if there is a toxic or controlling person, whether they're a current romantic interest or an ex, okay, freedom. Free yourself, release something here. You can get something back on track, but if there's something controlling you, it's time for you to get back your mojo. We have, it is safe for you to love, okay, so whether you are already coupled up or whether you're single, this is the universe, this is spirit saying to you, open your heart and get ready to receive the highest love of all, give the highest love and energy of all, right? That is love, right? Highest energy, and we have love coming in here with Sandalphon as well. Engagement, hey, there you go, right? Hello, Hierophant energy. Okay, so your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. So some of you've got some very important things going on there. And we also have chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. So, so there might be someone that you meet that's quite irresistible for you. If you're single and if you're already coupled up, this can be where you kind of do. I mean, we've got the Ace of Wands coming in there, right? So you might be going through, some challenges in a relationship there with that Tower card, the devil in reverse, right? But ultimately here, there's some excitement, there's some passion, there's chemistry that's coming in there. So it can be really quite exciting, and it may be where you do get things back on track. We have financial health coming in here, so this is great. So part of your magical power, your blessing for the year ahead is to focus on your financial health and prosper, right? Abundance, prosperity, making good financial decisions. Watch your money grow, right? So you might be really changing how you invest your money. Okay? And some of you with that Knight of Coins coming in there could possibly have a change in career. In some way, you can have the potential to make some more money. We've got dreams, so your magical power is to follow your dreams and make your dreams come true. Pay attention to your dreams as well, because quite often this is where we do get some messages from the beyond. We don't always understand them when they first come out, but this is an opportunity to really connect with your subconscious, right? But your dreams, you have a dream, you have a vision, you have a goal. What is that? Because the star reminds you as well that you have the power to make your dreams come true. And we have justice coming in here for you as well. Justice is served. Part of your magical powers in the year ahead is to make balanced, fair, and good decisions. You may also have some legal situations or some justice coming your way. Some good karma comes in here with this. You may actually even have some contracts, some documents, some investment opportunities that come in here with this. It's very Libran energy whenever we get a justice card, but justice is served, decisions in your favor. The universe is shelling out things that you really do deserve. So things are flowing back to you in a very positive, a very wonderful way. So let's get a few more messages out here for you guys. We're going to get some angel messages for you. What do we need to know? Thank you very much. And we have here number 0, I am limitless. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. There is no beginning and no end. All is infinite. It's time to develop your spiritual side. You are gaining new sight and understanding of both godly and earthly things. So your ability, your opportunity to harness the powers, the magic, the abundance of the universe and bring it into reality. Unlimited potential with that. Got card number 27 coming in here. I am expressive. Your mind is wide open and you're tolerant and compassionate towards all ways of life. You value freedom of expression and want to improve the conditions of people, whether in your community, country, or the world at large. Number 27. And your final message, number 6, I am nurturing. Your heart is your gift. You're a natural born nurturer and have a great talent for helping and healing others. You are the epitome of self-sacrifice and a protector of those you love. I am nurturing. Beautiful energies there for you. Those are your messages for your year ahead. A lot of potential coming in here for you guys. So that's great. So I hope there was something here for you. Check back throughout the year because we tend to forget what was in these readings. So bookmark it and save the video and come back and check back every couple of months and see how things are playing out for you. But I do hope there was something here and you enjoyed your reading. And if so, please do hit that like button there. It really does help the video get seen. I truly appreciate that. Free for you. Just hit that thumbs up there. And also, if you enjoy my content, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, and you should always get a notification whenever I put up a new reading, which is just about every single day. So I hope you have a wonderful 2024, but I will see you sooner than that. And I thank you for watching. Bye.